gang, Joyce with Skip and Cass Farms. Sun's just coming out from behind the trees, and I'm getting ready to take and put the sheep out on their paddock for this morning. So I thought I'd just try and do a video of that. So I'm gonna have to warn you, you may have a little bit of a bumpy ride here a time or two. For example, I'm gonna have to pop this gate open, and this gate is pretty tight. I don't, I put on the poly braid as my gate rope. I've since purchased some rope and probably eventually will change this to a poly rope. But I do like what I did in terms of my gate post for the other gate. I just cut off a timeless fence post at the mark where it says to go into the ground, and that's the exact spot I needed. So to keep everything horizontal without having to worry about measuring and whatever. But I recently tightened my high tensile fence, and when I originally put my fence in, I did not put these gate fiberglass posts at, you're supposed to put them in at about a 2-degree angle away from where the fence is pulling. I did not. I put it in straight, and as you can see, since then it's kind of pulled that way a little bit. So something to be aware of. So I'm going to try and pop this off. I think I'll put it on pause for just a second. I'm just going to reach through with my hand and pop this off the top, and then we'll move on. Okay, got it popped off, which is a two-handed chore. We'll just lift it out of the bottom, and then you can hear it popping as the wires touch themselves. And what I've done, and I think I put that in a previous video, is since I'm coming and going through the same gate and leaving it open, I'm giving them access. I put in just, I think that's a 2 or 2.5 inch PVC broken piece of just scrap PVC that I pounded into the ground. And then I've got these 2 pigtails that I just hook that way and hook that way, and voila, this thing isn't going anywhere, and keeps it tight enough. And you can see now here from a distance how that gate fiberglass post also goes that way. Part of the reason is I bought pre-cut posts. I was at a grazing school and they were available, and I could fit them barely into my car. So I think they're only buried about 1.5 feet or 2.5 feet into the ground. And fiberglass works great, but you really have to bury them a little bit more than that. So let's go on. We're walking on over to the sheepfold, but on our way there, let's just reach over here and grab a couple of grapes. These are muscadine grapes that grow in the Tennessee area. These are much better than the clustered grapes I have discovered. The clustered grapes, we get so much dew. The clustered grapes mildew a lot more. So I'll just grab those 2. Oh, those are getting so nice and sweet. I have taken virtually all the apples off of all of my trees in my little food forest. Yeah, that was me spitting grape seeds. Even the Granny Smiths. But you can see I'm working with the limb spreaders. When you end up with the limb spreader on the ground, it's telling you one of two things. Number one, either you didn't put it in properly, or number two, it's actually eased up and you need to move it down. So it's hard to tell sometimes which of those two reasons is, but I try to come back about once a week. This is what they call a celestial chestnut. It's a cross between an American chestnut and a Chinese, because the chestnut blight just obliterated the American chestnut. And look what I've got for the first time. These have been in the ground for, I think, about 5 years now. Yeah, I got chestnuts. And this is a narrow spot. There's only about maybe 3.5 feet. Sometimes the sheep balk a little bit about it because they think both wires are hot. And I think one of them got bumped early on. But they'll go through it. What's my point? My point is, you can make your alleys a whole lot smaller than what I've got this one as. It's a matter of training your livestock. Well, good morning, girls. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi, daughter. I'm going to put the camera down for a minute. And we'll open the gate. Now, the way this gate works is I've got that carabiner. I'll be squeezing these together, taking the carabiner off, and then these hooks slide back this way and out, and then I can swing the gate either in, which the animals don't care for very much, or out. I usually try to swing the gate in when I'm here. Why? To get them used to it. So let me put this on hold for just a moment, and we'll let the critters out. Okay. I think I got everything done that requires 2 hands, so let's see if we can slide this gate open with just 1 hand. And move it back. Okay, girls. Come on. All right. Let's go to breakfast. Now, we're going to a paddock across the driveway that's actually belongs to my neighbors, and they have graciously given me permission to graze the sheep on their land during the week, because they actually don't live on the property and it's a weekend place for them. Gotta keep up with the critters. All right. So they're going to be going back into paddock they were in yesterday. You're going to come back in here, Mama. Come on. Kush, kush. Kush, kush. Come on. Come on. They've got a large paddock now. They were in here yesterday. Now they're following me, so, okay. I don't know if I can show them following me. Of course, as soon as I do that, they're going to head on out and do what they want to do. So, generally, I've only got a couple sheep, right? And you can see here where somebody drove out with a trailer after it had rained over the weekend. And that was last spring. And you can still see, and if I stand on it, it's not going anywhere. That's the nature of having a lot of clay in your soil. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Now, I usually like to try and walk them all the way out to the opposite end of the paddock for a couple of reasons. I want to get them to graze out here because they had grazed the other half earlier. And there's actually a section up here that's had not previously been grazed. And so I want to make sure, if possible, that they come out here and check it out before the dew comes off of it and before they fill up with too much other stuff. Come on, Mama. But as you can see, they're doing what they're doing, but they have kind of followed me out here. So, come on, Mama. They may stay down here because the sun's already on this grass, and the other grass is still going to be dew-laden. But there are some of this narrow-bladed grass. I'm not sure what it is. They will eat a bit of it. They don't really like it. They will eat it. What they love the most, of course, is here is a little bit of red clover, and you can see the black seed head. That'll reseed itself next winter, over the winter.